Former Transnet financial officer Anoj Singh is back at the state capture inquiry. His trips to Dubai have taken centre stage at the commission. Singh says some were private while others were for Transnet business. Our reporter Kylie Kumalo is following proceedings for us. He joins us now in studio. So Anoj Singh does admit that he went to Dubai several times. What for?
Well, that's right, Shahan. So essentially saying some of these trips were private, but of course some of them were just business related. So when it comes to the issue of the private nature of these trips, the inquiry really just wanted to delve into understanding what did he go to do in Dubai. And he was saying, look, Dubai was a construction hub, also a financial hub. So a lot of things were happening in Dubai. But of course, there's a controversy about the nature of these trips because some of the Gupta associates, there's quite a lot of coincidences where a lot of the Gupta associates would be there while he was there. So he was not really able to answer much to that effect. But also the accusation is that the Guptas actually funded these trips. There's a lot of invoices proving to that effect. But also some of the hotels that were used, sometimes the Guptas will be there around. So once again, Shahan, let's take a listen to him elaborating further.
This was an official trip. So the hotel would have been booked by Transnet and paid for by Transnet.
Yes.
And that's the hotel that I would have stayed.
Yes, but can you remember what hotel it was?
No, sir.
Oh, do you know that it wasn't the Oberoi?
Definitely.
Why?
Because I don't think Transnet used the Oberoi Hotel as one.
You don't think they used?
No.
I see. And then if you go to 1961, so just perhaps let's pause for a moment. What were you officially doing in Dubai between Friday the 6th of June and Monday the 9th of June?
Mr. Chair, I don't exactly recall, but there are a number of reasons as to why one would have been in Dubai. One of the rating agencies that rate both Eskom and Transnet was based in Dubai. Was based in Dubai.
Yeah.
One of the rating agencies. There were frequent. There were some investor roadshows that were done to Dubai.
All right, Kai, there were some allegations about the use of something called the Knox vault boxes to keep money, apparently, he allegedly got from the Guptas.
Well, precisely, Shahan, because now the Commission is banking on, of course, the evidence that has been brought in by Witness 3. And this particular witness used to be his driver. So he was employed by Transnet at the time. So he's making a litany of allegations against Mr. Singh. So he goes as far as saying that he collected money. And it was quite interesting because during the course of his testimony, so it's emerged that, in fact, he was in possession of about 8 boxes of this nature. And earlier when he appeared before the inquiry, he claimed that it was 4. So the investigators of the commission said, well, actually, that's not true. So he was saying, well, given the nature of security in South Africa, the crime, so he would keep most of his important valuables there, the jewelry and other things. But now the issue is, did he keep cash there? So that was another very central question that came out. And he said, well, he will keep about $200 or so. And it's quite important because, these are very serious accusations. And at some point, Mr. Singh was trying to establish the relevance of these boxes. And, of course, the chair, Justice Zondo, had to come in and said, well, look, it's quite important given the gravity of these allegations.
So who's next?
So the former Public Enterprises Minister Lynn Brown is going to come through during the course of the evening session. We do understand that, when she appeared previously, she spoke at length about some of the experiences she had right at the helm as a minister of this particular portfolio, especially because, it's quite serious, overseeing all these entities that are crumbling, from the load shedding at Eskom to challenges of locomotives still at Transnet, where they had to procure about 1,064 locomotives. And it was one of the biggest procurement deal. It involved about 49 billion rand. And of course, it was tainted by irregularities. And currently, the management at Transnet, they're trying to reverse that particular deal.
All right, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Kylie Khumalo.